With any company, as soon as they release something, it's only a matter of time until everyone starts thinking about what the next thing is they make. Whenever an iPhone is released, everyone wonders about the next one. New book or movie is released? Well, when's the next one? And the same is seen within gaming. As soon as the PlayStation 5 was released, everyone took some time to enjoy it, until thinking about the PlayStation 6. Needless to say, nothing has been confirmed about the PlayStation 6. Trust me, this would be a very different video if that was the case. But there does seem to be some hints about the potential system from the patents Sony's making right now. Within the past years, Sony's been making a bunch of different patents based around the PlayStation system. So much so that some of them fly past us without any recognition. Well, today, we're going to be looking back on some of these patents and talk a bit about them. Now everyone, what do we always say about patents? Just because patents are made, that doesn't mean they'll actually be used. Very good, everyone. Yes, you've been practicing, I can tell. Patents simply protect their ideas so that no one else can quickly grab it for themselves. Now, some of these patents mainly relate to Sony themselves, so there wouldn't be too much to worry about there. Such as their patent for a wireless earbud charger in the controller. Honestly, a pretty tame start. The idea is that the controller itself would be the charging case for the Pulse earbuds from Sony. You'd place them in the back of the controller, they charge, and when you're ready to use them, you pair them directly to the controller. What I love about images and patents like this is that you can see Sony's own thought process and their own preference. There's a few images in the patent that shows where they might put the earbuds in different ways, and most of them make sense. I'm not sure who thought to put them in the handles. That one doesn't really make any sense to me. Nothing's been mentioned about the patent as of recently, but I could still see this being made in the future. Now, will I be paying $200 for the earbuds alone alongside the controller so that I can charge them? No, this channel isn't monetized yet. Huh? Oh, that subscribe button. Always showing up. Don't worry about him, he's just saying hi. You know where you need to go. That's right, I'll talk to you later. Go hang out with the like button for a little bit. Another patent that Sony released recently would focus on changing the difficulty of games depending on how well the player is doing. It's called
the Adaptive Difficulty Calibration for Skills-Based Activities in Virtual Environments patent.
Names like these are ridiculous. I fixed it. You're welcome, Sony. The idea is to create an environment that's both fun and rewarding for the player in games. We've all come across certain parts of games that are just a little too difficult or seem a bit unfair. Whether it's because you're under level or there's too many enemies in a certain area. Well, through this patent, the game would change to become easier for you. It might reduce the damage you take or the amount of enemies in that area. Of course, this also means the game could become more difficult for you as well. Just depends on how well you're doing. According to the patent, the game would collect data about how you play, like how you move around and the level of your character, and change based on that. Gonna be honest here, I can't tell if I like this patent or not. There are some games out there that thrive on players struggling. Do I need to bring up the Souls franchise? The point of these games are to make you completely focus on your next move and challenge you. Making it easier for you would take away a major aspect of that game. Now, the best way I could see this patent being used would be in a difficulty selection screen, where the players could pick easy, medium, hard, and a dynamic option, where the difficulty would change and be formed around the specific player. Now, this one I have heard a little bit about, Sony's autoplay mode. Let's say you're playing a game and you come across a point where you need to grind and level up. Well, why play the game you paid for when you can just have the game play itself? With this patent, the game would notify you if this section of the game is coming up and begin playing the game for you. The way it would play would also mimic how you were already playing the game up to that point as well, tracking your movement and playstyle. Look, it's a game, okay? You bought the game so that you could play the game. You also bought the game with the idea of what it would be like.
Ah, jeez, this game is long and it has a lot of grinding parts.
Yes, it does. You're playing Final Fantasy. There's going to be grindy parts of games or parts that seem to go on for too long, but that's part of the game. The last patent I could understand as being an option, but this one? This is like reading the Wikipedia page of a movie and saying that you watched it. No, you didn't! Luke refuses, citing Obi-Wan's claim that Vader killed his father, prompting Vader to reveal that he is Luke's father. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, I don't really understand the hype behind this film. It's 'cause you didn't watch it! The autoplay patent is honestly one that I hope we don't see. Now, the last patent I want to talk about is one that's been around in the past, but only now has the patent started to take form. In 2023, a patent was filed to create a controller that would change its temperature based on what was happening in the game. If you're in a cold or hot environment, the controller would change its temperature to mirror that. Neat gimmick, but I don't really know how well it would do. The idea was to create a deeper connection between the game and the player. I think the idea was there, but Sony wasn't really sure what to do with it once they made it. That was until July of 2024, when Sony released a new patent that focused on the shoulder buttons of the controller changing in temperature. Again, depending on what's happening in the game, the shoulder buttons would heat up briefly and then cool down. I see this being used in a much wider way than the original idea. If you're shooting something, your weapon will get warmer in real life, and this could be mimicked with this idea. The patent also mentioned delivering pseudo-pain sensations by quickly warming up and cooling down these buttons. Bit oddly worded, but I get what they mean. I mainly see it being used for first-person shooters if anything, but beyond that, I don't know. But who knows, there's tons of ideas out there that I don't know about, so if you got any, let me know in the comments. Now again, these are all patents that Sony owns, but that doesn't mean anything just yet. There's tons of patents out there made by Sony and other companies that haven't seen the light of day yet. These are just ideas that they have, and that doesn't mean that anything's confirmed yet. Still though, it's interesting to see what Sony's thinking about right now. Who knows, maybe these patents will return for the next PlayStation. Now that's just what I think about these patents, but what about you? Do you see any of these ideas becoming real in the future? Let me know in the comments. Anyway guys, thank you for watching this video, and remember to chase the chaos.